I want our panel of Portia Show viewers, introduce yourselves again, please.
Yeah, I'm Jillian. I'm 24 and I'm a Gen Zer.
Hey, Jillian.
Hi.
My name is Ryan. I'm 35 and I'm from the Mighty Millennial crew.
Not the Mighty Millennials. I love it, Marty.
And I'm Marty. I'm 56 and I am an X-Man. I am of the...
holding it down for the X-women,
yes.
Gen X, and Miss Laverne.
Yes, I'm Laverne, and I'm 71, and I'm a baby boomer.
Yes, you are, baby. We love it. All right, we had a lot to get through on that last episode, but we still have so many more ideas and conversations and concepts we wanted to discuss. So, finances, work ethic, dating. Now it's time to talk about something that all of us have on the tops of our minds right now, and that's mental health. And we all have different perspectives of what that looked like in terms of the attention that was given to it at any different point in our lives. Marty, I want to start with you because I know that you do some work in mental health advocacy. As a Gen Xer, what's the perception of us? We're kind of perceived as being kind of, suck it up, buttercup, right?
Yeah, that's definitely, the generation that we are. Because that's how we grew up.
Mm-hmm.
You fall down, you get up, dust yourself off, and keep moving. But what we recognize now in today's society, with all the different things that are out there that occur, in society, that mental health is obviously one of the most important things that we have to deal with,
right,
so that we can continue to push through.
Yeah,
so,
we didn't have a lot of friends who were talking about going to therapy.
Correct.
And having counselors and having our feelings heard.
Sure.
You might share it with a parent or a loved one, but there wasn't as much of a conversation about that, right?
Right.
Jillian, how about for you, though? Your generation, and Ryan to some extent, I feel like it's very different for the two of you.
Mm-hmm. I think that I grew up in a household that did kind of amplify mental health for me. My mom was very much so always allowed me to express myself and allowed me to tell her how I felt.
Yeah.
But I think too, it's a cultural thing too. Us being Black people, even just being a Black woman, living life, that can be very mentally taxing, right? And even anything you see in the media, especially I remember during COVID, I work a lot in the social justice space as well. And during COVID, and we were in the height of the Black Lives Matter movement, that had a significant toll on my mental health because it was just you're seeing this stuff all the time,
right?
And then
the
you feel you can't
on
do
social
anything.
media, on TV.
Yeah, and I mean even now, with stuff going on around the world, it's taxing.
Yeah,
so I think it's really important to.
Laverne, I hear you. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Hold that thought for me, Ryan. Sure. Laverne, because I know boomers, that generation, we're not talking about going to see a therapist. You're fine, right?
Well, there was always a taboo for many, many years, and even now, people, when you say you're having issues, mental issues, situations going on, I'm like this, you find a need and fill it. I'm so happy that Blacks especially, and minorities, are becoming focused on finding someone to talk to, a psychiatrist, a psychologist, because now it's more available, and you don't know what the next person is going through.
Right. Ryan?
Yeah, definitely. When it comes to mental health, there are so many challenges because it's hard to articulate what is actually someone's issue because it impacts everyone differently.
Right.
I could have a sunny disposition, but then you never know the deepest, darkest feelings that I have, and articulating that to my parents as a child was really challenging. So I had to, not only there's tons of resources, but how do you identify those resources that are right for you? Because it's not just one thing that's going to fix the issue. And unfortunately, yes, we are having these conversations, but it's a lot of work to continue.
May I ask a personal question?
Absolutely.
You said it was a challenge as a child. Why was it harder for you as a child?
It was harder for me as a child because I couldn't articulate why I was feeling sad and depressed, even though things were seeming to be okay. And then, you tell your parents, and not nothing against them, but they would say, well, you're just going through a phase of being a teenager or whatever the times are. But when in reality, mental health, your brain health, those are all things that require a deeper look into why things are the way that they are.
And I think just being transparent, right? I mean, there was a time when I never would have admitted that I had that therapy, right? I've got to go see my therapist. It would be, oh, I've got a doctor's appointment. But you didn't say openly. And now I'm like, yeah, my therapist says, my therapist says. Do you all agree? Are you open about it?
Yeah, one of the things in our organization that I help to run, that we do is we make sure that we give space for that, right? Particularly us as black men, we've been conditioned the vast majority of our life to just, choke it down and work through.
Don't cry in public. Don't fuss about it.
But when you make these safe spaces for us to be able to have conversations, you find that a lot of us are experiencing a lot of the same challenges, and what you need to have is somebody that's a professional that you can go to, talk it through, and make that okay, right? Make it be fine to do that.
And Jillian, I read in the notes that you have no problem in calling in, not sick, but calling in mental health day. I'm taking a day. And for, I think our generation was like, oh, no, you call in with a cough. You don't call in depressed. You don't call in sick, right? But you say, not us.
I mean, I just feel like there's no need to lie. And I think also, too, it's like when you're at work, people expect you to be present. If I'm not in a space where I can be present, why would I come?
I love that about this generation, because I think we felt like we had to cover that up if we were having rough days. I know I did. And I love that about you. You feel like all your friends are mostly in that same space as well?
Yeah,
Like, no reservation. Like,
they definitely are.
I'm not feeling, and I'm not feeling work today, but I'm really not feeling like my whole present self.
And I feel like even like now saying it, I think that some people may think like, oh, that's just something else they do to not do work, not to be lazy. But I just really think like, I don't know, I believe our generation is like about putting ourselves first. Like, like,
is that something you all learned from watching us not put ourselves first?
Kind of,
Got it. Noted. Noted. All right.